Hey everyone, my name's Stephanie Brown and welcome to my first ever makeup tutorial video. Today we're gonna learn how to do fake burns. I just actually burned my arm last night while taking something out of the oven because I'm stupid like that. That just gave me the idea to actually show you guys how to make a fake one. In my Nethergate screenplay, one of my characters gets a burn on his arm in almost the exact same spot that I got my burn. His burn is what we're gonna be recreating on this arm. Let's get to it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is put a primer on. I'm cheap, so I'm using Monistat Chafing Relief Powder Gel, which is not technically a primer, but it has a lot of the same ingredients as an expensive primer. And this is just to kind of help the colors stick to the skin. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a pink lip pencil and just kind of lightly trace what we want the burn to look like. Typically most burns don't have any particular shape, but this one I'm going to kind of make a shape to it because I'm doing a burn from Nethergate, and that one has a shape to it. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Nethergate is my ghost script that I've been writing for the last couple of years. If you'd like to know more about it, visit my webpage. Alright, and then I'm just kind of like lightly blending out the outline just a little bit. Next step is to take some blush. You want to use a kind of natural color blush. You don't want to use something that's like, you know, bright pink or bright red or something like that. We're just gonna lightly blend this out. Also make sure that your blush is matte. I think mine is, but I think my brush had some shimmer in it. And the reason that we're doing this is because burns tend to really irritate the skin. And then just make sure you blend it out. And you can also go into the inside of the burn or the blisters. This is going to be a 2nd degree burn, so there's going to be blisters as opposed to a 3rd degree burn where there would be like really deep scarring. Okay, so the next thing you're going to want to do is take a small brush like this and use some red eyeshadow to go over your outline. Be really careful about this because you don't want to overdo it. The red is a very deep color, and if you use too much of it, it'll start looking too red. So funny story about how I got into doing these kinds of fake wounds with just everyday makeup. I used to be in gymnastics, and there was one competition that we were driving down to that was like an 8-hour drive to get to it, and I got really bored while we were in the car. So I grabbed some makeup and I just started messing around with it, and I made this kind of gross bruised cut on my leg. And I didn't think anything of it, I was just messing around. We got to the hotel that we were staying at and met up with some of my teammates, and they all thought it was real. They were like, "Oh my god, what happened? Are you okay?" And I was like, it's makeup. I'm fine. Even my coach thought it was real. She was so mad at me. She thought I hurt myself, and I was like, it'll wash off. It's fine. So that's starting to look pretty good there. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of red over the blister part, but I'm gonna be very light about it. More dabbing than anything else. I'm kind of keeping it centered to the outside edges of the blisters because I want to make sure that it keeps a look of 3D. Now take your small brush again and take a dark brown or dark red color, and again just go into these edges here. And you really want to be light about this because you don't want to overdo it. Otherwise it'll just start looking like you're outlining everything. Make sure when you're doing these kinds of things with normal makeup like eyeshadows and stuff, make sure that the eyeshadows you're using don't have shimmer in them because it's gonna kind of make it look fake. You want to use all mattes. Alright, now I'm just gonna go in with some more red and just kind of like stipple on the outside, blend it a little bit. It's just to give it a slight texture. Alright, now the hard part. Well, it's not that hard. So what you want to do is take a white pencil. I'm using NYX's Jumbo White Pencil in Milk because it's very creamy and easy to work with. And you just want to very carefully go over the top of your blisters. It's like a highlight basically. And now it's not going to look like a good color when you put it on because it's basically just going over pink. So it's just going to make it pinker. Now you want to take a very light off yellow color. It doesn't have to be really yellow, just something kind of yellow. So like I'm using this really pale beigey yellow and just kind of really lightly go over where you put the white down. Because we put the white down, this is just gonna stick to it. White was more than anything just a primer for the colors that we're putting on top of it. So the next step is I'm gonna take kind of an orangey color and I'm gonna fill in on the outside here very lightly again. Okay, I'm actually gonna go over with a little bit more red because it's just still not quite looking right to me. Alright, and finally I'm gonna take a red lip pencil and just once again go into those deep areas and just kind of carve out a little bit more. And there you go. There's a burn mark. It's obviously not going to be as good as if you were using effects makeup, but like I said, I don't have any. This is just what you can make using normal everyday eyeshadows and lip liners and stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it around. Also, if you want to see more videos like this where I do weird wounds using makeup, or even just kind of wacky actual makeup looks on my face, let me know in the comments down below. Stay excellent to each other and keep making awesome things. Bye!